Hello. Dan.
I'm here, Matt! You did it well! Excitement!
Oh, yeah.
Domain of the Nerd3.
I don't know if you're too loud or not. Like, I just turned you up on my end.
Well, the
No,
lovely
it's fine.
people in the chat will let us know.
Probably.
I'm eating ice cream. It's really nice. It's Ben and Jerry's and it's utter peanut butter clutter.
Butter peanut butter clutter. Not
It's
sponsored.
basically, it's just like peanut butter ice cream, and I fucking love peanut butter.
Hashtag not spawn.
This is Ben and Jerry, if you're listening. Either of you.
I think we
Spawn me,
totally
baby.
accept like just sponsorships from Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
I would. Oh my god. I would so much.
We'd only take payment in ice cream.
Yeah. I would only take
freezers.
payment ice cream.
Freezers to store that said ice
I
cream.
don't have a really small freezer because I got that Smeg fridge, and they have like the tiniest little bucket freezers.
Just get more freezers. That's all we
Yeah.
want. That's all we want, Ben and Jerry's, more freezers. Anyway,
Hello.
I finished my toast as well. I'm sad now. I suppose they can't complain about the eating noises on the show. Oh, hang on, wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Wait down.
Wait, no, wait, hang on. I
Oh.
was gonna say people can't complain about the eating noises on the stream, but I do have a Graze box here which I can eat.
Hashtag not spawn.
Hashtag not spawn. They
Dad
do have...
Cube's most recent video went up. It's very funny.
Whose video?
Dad Cubes.
Ah, Dad Cube.
You know that guy? The guy who hangs around with us sometimes? His new video's just gone up. It's very funny. It's
wait.
Grid. It's the new Grid game.
Is he the old fat guy that's in my window sometimes?
Yeah, him.
Okay, him, right, cool.
He plays Grid. And it's one of those racing games where you like travel. You can push a button and go back in time like a few seconds to undo a crash. And every time he does it, he just fucks up and crashes more. And I have no idea how how he manages that. It's
Incompetence.
Yeah. But it's like he's learning a very valuable lesson about not messing with the timeline while playing a racing game. A few people are saying turn down up.
People are
Turn
saying...
it up.
Okay, turn you up.
Beep it up, beep it up. Hello.
I turned you down, like on the fluster clock. So
That's probably for the best.
Why. Yeah, that's probably why.
Right, introduce what's going on, Matt. Let's get this party started.
What we're doing today is something for the Patreon subscribers for once, because
we remembered you were a thing. Hello.
Thank you for paying us lots of money per month.
It's very nice.
Sorry, we forget. So we put like a post on Patreon yesterday, and you can ask questions on Patreon, and we'll be answering said questions. Well, I won't. Dan will be answering said questions from Patreon, and only Patreon for this stream.
Matt's like the compare. He's going to just... Yeah, compare. It's like when you go to a stand-up comedy one, the like person who ties it all together. Well, presenter. That was what I was looking for, but all I could get was compare.
What the fuck? He called me composter before.
Not compost. Compare.
You called me a composter. Oh,
when did I say composter?
Before you said you're a composter. Like you were trying to say compare. You was fuck.
A compare.
You were trying to say that, but you said composter instead.
I did. When did this happen? I'm
Anyway.
running out of ice cream.
Thank God. Anyway, so yeah, it's only Patreon questions today. So if you're in the chat, we'll read the chat, but we won't answer any questions from the chat.
Yeah, unless you're on fire.
Just
like how out? I'm on fire.
They're all gonna say they're on fire. Oh, it's gonna be spammy.
Maybe there's a big fire somewhere.
All you do, Dan, is make my life harder than it needs to be.
Not the only thing I make harder, Matt. Oh, homosexuality! I was watching Queer as Folk today. That's a really good show. It was what Russell Davis did before Doctor Who. And I think before Casanova as well.
What is it?
It's just a whole bunch of gayness. It's wonderful. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
It's just gay. It's just that's all it is. Just gayness. Nothing else.
It's the gayest TV show I've ever seen. Ever.
Does it make your TV rainbow coloured? Like, I mean, the actual like fascia of the TV, not the actual.
That would be amazing. I would watch it harder. I'd have it on a loop.
I'm pretty sure you're already watching it pretty hard, Dan.
It's very good. I'm very much enjoying it.
Anyway, right.
I have nice asses in it.
Yes,
carry on.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of the most popular questions first, and then I'll just sort of read some random ones. There's been about 400 questions.
These are from the comments. On that post. I was like, that's things,
on a Patreon post we made. Yeah, so we'll be doing for, I think, we're 2 hours we're doing this for?
Yeah, I need a break in the middle because I've got to go put my pork in the oven.
Yeah, so we have a break.
That's not a euphemism. That's.
I mean, you know, I put my pork in your oven a lot, but you know.
Oh god! Horror. Horror. I need to my ice cream as well.
Okay, so first question, the most popular question, which you mentioned getting kicked out of your country. What happened?
Oh, right. So,
You did say this in a video.
I did.
Without
It
any
actually,
context.
I genuinely misspoke, though.
Did you?
I said I was kicked out of my house, which is true. And then I said I was kicked out of my country. What I meant to say was I left the country that I was living in. I wasn't actually kicked out of it. Although, I did trip coming out of the plane, so technically I fell out of the country into the caressing, beautiful metal stairs of wherever the hell I live now. Mongolia, I think it is.
I like to imagine you just sort of walking, and you're walking along in the countryside, and suddenly you trip, but you realise you just tripped over an actual border.
And then I just... Welcome to Mexico! Oh, wasn't there supposed to be a wall in between us? I don't... Yeah, that... No, I pro tip, right? If you do fall out of a plane, just put your hands out, kiss the ground, pretend you're the Pope. Works every time.
Smooth.
It's true.
Smooth. You know, there's a bit. Tom Scott had a video on this. There's a bit of, is it the Ukraine? I think, or somewhere that actually, or it might be Finland. I don't know. That actually goes through a bit of Russia. There's a road, but you're not allowed to stop on the road or walk on the road because then you're technically in Russia. You have to keep going because you're in Russia. And Russia don't want you in Russia, and there's cameras everywhere as well. That's
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know only one country separates... What is it? It separates... Is it Sweden? Or Norway? Is Norway the one on the... yeah, it's Norway. Only one country separates Norway and North Korea.
What?
Only one country separates Norway and North Korea.
How's that?
Russia's really big. I think does that work? Is it? It's one of the countries.
Russia
like
does.
A little gap,
Russia
does
border
at the top. Yeah,
Russia does border North Korea.
Yeah, and like you get one of the really the top northern European countries has a tiny border with Russia. And it's like that. Just this one country.
There's this fucking right. There's this terrifying border where the Chinese border, the Russian border, and the North Korean border all meet. And it must be just the fucking worst place to ever be. Just the most communist border in the world.
You go in there. Am I wearing rose-tinted glasses? Oh no, everything's just red. Interesting. Apparently it's Finland and Norway, according to chat, and one person said it's Canada. Well done.
It's Canada. Oh, Canada.
Someone says, don't try to do geography. Yeah, I learned that from the Bully series. That's not my strength.
I did geography as GCSE and I failed. Or you.
Good for you.
You.
I got a U. I got a U in RE.
You got a U? Why'd you do RE?
Because I went to a Catholic school.
Right, I see.
And it's mandatory, and I disagreed with that.
That's fair enough.
Let's move on.
Okay. Will you ever do an IRL meetup?
No, because I deleted that channel, and that's toys. I'll do a toys meetup. I'll get all my toys to meet up with other toys. That's not what I meant, is it? I just realised what they actually genuinely meant.
You're the worst.
No, genuinely, I thought... Sorry, because I've been changing over all the IRL stuff to toy stuff today, and I thought... Because I got the first couple of episodes of Toys Shop with my new professionalism.
He bought a cheap Sony camcorder, and now he thinks he's a professional.
And lights.
And low and lights. Oh, did you buy an IKEA lamp?
No.
It's an IKEA lamp.
Was it an IKEA lamp?
So, will you?
Will I what?
Ever do an in real life?
Oh, I thought that was just an expression. Will you? No, because that's like most of the stories I've ever heard of IRL meetups, like outside of if I'm at a convention, I'll be like, oh, I'm at this place. Hello.
Yeah.
Come meet me and stuff. But like people are like, oh, we're just gonna meet up somewhere. Like the police are always all up in that.
Oh God, did you ever see Tobuscus's thing he did in London?
I did not. That sounds like it went wrong.
No, he went. I think like an hour before he put on like Snapchat or something. This was years ago. He was like, oh, I'm going to be in this place. And he turned up, and about 1,000 people turned up.
Yeah, that's why you're not allowed to do that.
And they were all trying to maim when he cut himself, and a lot of people cut himself, and he had to climb over a gate, and then he had to run into a cab, and the cab couldn't get away because everyone was crowding around.
Cool.
No,
yeah,
okay.
So that's a no, apart from if I'm genuinely at a place.
Yeah, so if you're at a convention, you will do a IRL.
Yeah. If I'm at a convention for work, if I'm at a convention for play, then if you see me, say hello.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, if I mean, I know me, Watt, and Tracy will be going to EGX Rezzed in like 2 weeks, and we'll probably do a meet up there. So if you want to meet the B team,
I won't, because I'll have Dark Souls 3
you won't.
by then.
John's there as well. John's there.
Oh, John! John!
You don't know John? Yeah.
John, the guy.
John the guy, yeah.
Why is the chat saying hashtag Matt hit puberty?
I don't, because my voice is breaking, because my throat still, it hurts from Wednesday.
Oh,
I'm sick.
your voice is
I'm
very-
drinking Lemsip.
I've been very sick the past few days, but that's because I'm recovering from the cake overdose. Because holy shit.
Big, beautiful cake.
When my birthday comes
Where's my
along-
bit of that cake, Dan?
Oh, there's still some in the fridge.
You just can't get through it all.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Next
Anyway,
question.
more questions and things. Yes.
What would you do? What would you do if someone actually legitimately donated you $1 million on Patreon?
I would do what it says. It says I would buy and write off a Lamborghini. What I would most likely do is I would go, oh, I have $1 million, and it would land in the bank account, the business bank account, and the taxman would take his chunk of it. And
Like
then what
60% of that.
What I would probably do is I would get in contact with the producers of Clarkson, May and Hammond's new show.
Oh, yeah.
And I would go, I'm going to buy and write off a Lamborghini. Do you want to film it? And we do it for a bit. And I would genuinely do that. That's what my thinking was. I was like, because seriously, I'm like, I would waste that money. Like I said, if you give me this much, you're clearly throwing money away. So will I.
That's it. No,
Yeah.
God, I should never have $1 billion. Because if I'm the kind of guy who, if I got $1 billion, I'd buy a 747. I just live in it like a big caravan, a big
You'd
flying
be like
caravan.
Air Force One shit. Just have like other planes
Yeah.
to fly up, like Nimrods to fuel it.
Well, that's it. You get things, and then you'd have like either you turn the back into a cargo bay, or you just buy another plane as like a garage. You have
Yeah.
a garage plane following you about with cars in. Then it's like a big flying caravan in the sky. I quite like that. But have you ever considered a Factorio multiplayer series?
No, but that's because currently I'm really playing and enjoying Factorio. I have this thing where I'm like, I'll be playing a game, and then I'll start doing a video on it, and I'm like, oh, let's make this into a series, and I'll never play that game outside of the series again.
Well,
And
that's
I'm really enjoying it. The problem I have with Factorio is when I'm done with it, I just like you start learning how to do stuff, and it's the learning that keeps me going through that game. And I think it's a stellar game, and to learn it all, you'll take you hundreds of hours. But when I've learned it all, I assume at that point I'm going to get bored with it because there's very little creativity beyond learning more efficient ways. Because in a lot of games, I sneer at the min-maxers. Like, especially Dark Souls is a great example. I go, look, I'm just going to play this the way I want. I don't care that if I get the hammer of dog testicles, it'll have slightly better range on snake monsters. But in a game like Factorio, it's all about efficiency. So once you've min-maxed, then it's like, well, it's kind of done here.
Well, this is why I thought you might like Tekkit, because Tekkit has all that, plus the creative element, plus like more magic and space and shit that you can take a stick at.
But actually, you can launch satellites and shit in Factorio. If I'm really, I believe so.
There's like, I should play Kerbal more. Kerbal has a lot of like more advanced mods now that you can do a lot of
Kerbal.
shit like that with, like because they have mining drills and everything now.
I'm playing a lot of Ark recently. I'm quite enjoying that Ark survival thing because there's no fucking mining. I play with like you craft everything a lot faster, grab all the ingredients a lot faster, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a nice little survivally thing. I'm not like high enough level to brave into like the forests and meet the T-Rexes and stuff yet, but I think it's a bit of a clusterfuck of game design. It's like it's the land before time with all this crazy shit that's sort of in there.
Mess. But
Yeah, it's quite messy, but I'm enjoying that. That's the thing I'm playing.
Well, this is why I quite like Subnautica, because Subnautica has no mining either. It's just there are things lying about that you pick up.
But the problem is I can't stand underwater things. Like, I'm terrified of going underwater in games. You've probably realised this by now, ladies and gentlemen, that this is something I just really despise. Especially when there's giant fucking sharks in the water.
Did you know
in
that in Fallout 4 there is a lot of shit underwater?
Yes, I'm aware of that.
I found there's a ship way off coast, and it looks like it's just like holding a plane wing. I was very confused, and I went underwater. It's extremely dark underwater.
It is. I was underwater in today's episode of Fallout.
Look at you.
I've spent a fair bit of time after this underwater because I go in my power armor and have a wander around.
And then you get lost and can't swim up.
Yeah.
Aquagirl is just fucking best.
I'm not underwater enough for Aquagirl. I've got infinite things. Fallout really doesn't have like a survival aspect to it. I know they're modding that they're patching that in like a proper survival mode. Anyway, someone said more Patreon questions, and I think it's a good idea. We got slightly off topic there.
We've got 2 hours to kill, and I think we should
We
probably
got
go
400 questions to kill as well.
And
From what, 3?
I mean, most of them are shit, really, aren't they? Let's be honest now. come
Thanks
on.
for your support. The questions are shit.
They usually, statistically, they are though.
We haven't actually ended taking questions yet, so if you do want to ask them, if you're supporting the Patreon or want to start supporting it, you can go do that now and there will be more questions.
There's a link on the screen. If you could make a perfect game using 5 key elements from other games, what games and parts would you use?
I think I'm actually doing that at the moment. Like, we're not revealing anything about the big game we're making, but there are, like, if you look at that and go, no, that is definitely... That's a lot of games that have been bottled together. Like, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, and we're tidying it, but... That one. The one I'm actually genuinely making that I'm not revealing anything about.
Good. I'm glad we can have a good discussion about that question.
Well, it's quite a complicated yet simple thing. It's one of... Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Actually, no, I know I want Burnout, but with portals.
What?
Right, imagine multiplayer Burnout, so super fast racing and stuff, but the only weapons are portal guns, so you can fire them and like really distract your opponent, because suddenly you're driving along and a portal opens in front of you, and then you just fuck off into who knows where, you got to keep driving. I played the shit out of that.
That sounds like a fucking mess.
Yeah, I know, but that's because I'm designing it in about 2 seconds.
Thinking about it though, you could maybe mod that into Portal 1.
What, Burnout?
No, because you see, Portal 1 was in the exact Half-Life 2 engine, so you could spawn all the elements from Half-Life 2, including like the buggies and the drivables.
That's true.
So you could make a very rudimentary track. Maybe make a mod to make the portals big. Make the Half-Life 2 buggy fire the portals, and somehow, I don't know. I'm not a game developer, Dan.
I am now.
Well, I mean, it's like getting a sticker, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's like, I've downloaded Unity, and now I'm game developer. Well, yeah,
welcome to all of Steam.
Yeah, that's fucking true, isn't it?
Okay, I know you're a huge Robot Wars fan, but here in America we have BattleBots. Have you ever watched BattleBots, and what's your opinion on it?
I have, and it's vastly inferior, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because I watched the new... I did watch the old BattleBots, and I watched the new one that they just redid. Whenever something interesting happened, and this is exactly why it's worse than the British one, whenever something interesting happens in the British one, they'll probably cut to a replay, show it in slow motion, Jonathan Pierce is going, whoa! In the American one, when something awesome happens, they cut to the commentators reacting to it. So there's been a robot bundle, and while you're going, ooh, what's happened? I need to see what's happened, they cut to 2 gormless morons going, whoa! And that's why it's inferior. Because they make it more about the people, not the robots. And Robot Wars was more about the robots. Who gives a shit about the people?
I like to imagine in WWE, you know, like you know, Triple H is about to like jump off a ladder onto Roman Reigns' face, and then it cuts to the commentators, and the commentators' surprised eyes as they watch it, and then there's no replay, and that's it.
It's very much like that, apart from they do show him landing. It's like, you want a good replay of good stuff, especially of robot battling, especially now in the day of fucking slow-motion cameras.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's the stuff that you want.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can do slow motion with your phone. Come on, now.
I can do slow motion with my phone, and it's a Nokia. No, it isn't.
It's not a Nokia.
Snake plays in slow motion. I like Snake. That's a good game.
Snake plays... Well, I'm glad Snake plays. It's done a good job. Well...
With Snake, mobile phones sort of like peaked, didn't they? That was sort of the peak of mobile gaming with Snake. I don't think it got any better. Yeah, it never got any better. There's nothing else.
Well, there's a lot of good games on mobile.
There's the one that Top Biscuit keeps telling me to play, which is the new Clash of Clans one, but not Clash of Clans. What's it called? Clash of something. Something Clash. Castle
anything
Clash.
with Clash in the name.
Something Clash. And I played it for approximately 5 minutes before going, everything in the world is better than this.
Yeah.
Everything. All of it.
Like, on my phone I have everything. Like, I have Tetris. I like Threes. Threes is really good.
You know the best mobile game console of all times was? It was those like 999 games in one that just had loads of variations of Tetris and shit like that in it. And like Breakout. That was the shit right there. Clash Royale! Thank you, Twitch chat.
Awful. Although,
yeah, it's sort of a tower defense-y thing. I can see that somewhere in there's a good game, but I've spoken many times about the psychological battle of microtransactions. And I can't get through them.
This is why I prefer smaller, like, £2 games that are simple and just have nothing else. Or
£50 alphas, Planet Coaster.
Well, this leads on well to the next question. On a scale of microtransactions to Portal, how excited are you for Planet Coaster? Which is funny because that combines literally all elements of previous
That was
questions.
absolutely amazing. You are comparing the shit out of this.
I'm just reading them in literal order they are on the screen. This is completely coincidental.
So, Planet Coaster currently doesn't have any of the management shit, but I am doing so much good stuff with it. It's untrue. Like, I am having an app. Like, my park is tiny. I've built this really tiny park, but literally everything is in the place that I want it to be.
Right.
Like, there's palm tree. Like, I'm building it from, like, a peep. I don't know what they're called in the game. They were called peeps in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. But I'm building it from the peep point of view. So, whenever a person's looking, they're always enclosed in the theme. They can't see anything that's outside of the theme.
You're doing the Disney route. You're doing exactly
I'm going the
what
Disney route.
does.
And you can. Like, you can plant so many trees. And I've not hit a limit yet. I mean, I've only been playing it for about 5 or 6 hours, this one little park. But it's seriously, it's like 4 or 5 rides, and the rest is the scenery and theming. And the best thing about it is the lighting. Because I'm starting to, like, I've got those little small lights on, like, the underbushes, just gently lighting them, and I've got the spotlights with different colours pointing at things. So you've got a shipwreck, and you give it a nice, like, a cyan blue sort of lighting, and now it's suddenly a bit ghosty and a bit haunted and stuff, and then we can play with that, and we can start building the ride around that idea. And scenery and theming is the most important part of a theme park, and this is the game that's nailed it. I honestly believe that this is going to be better than every Roller Coaster Tycoon ever made.
Definitely. Like, this is the thing. Like, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is great, but what always gets me about these theme park management games is the idea that it is always about the ride. It's always about that. It's never, like, the best parks in the world. I mean, Disneyland and World, they're like some of the best parks in the world, and that's purely because of the way they're themed and designed.
Yeah.
And
You can go to Disney World, not go on a single ride, and you'll have a great time.
Oh, I went to Disney World and didn't go on a single ride and had a great time. Fuck, that place is amazing. Epcot is the best place.
That is exactly... It's all about... Like, when they go, you can edit coasters, etc., etc., I don't care. Like, I will build one, and I'll build one, and it'll fit, like... Right. So what Planet Coaster does really well is... Its collision boxes, they don't give a fuck. They are very accurate and stuff, but if you've got something that's going to clip through like a solid terrain, the game's like, forget about it, build it there. Who gives a shit? So there's a lot of, like, if you could merge loads of bushes together, you can plant things under bushes. Like, I've got coasters that spiral around pirate ships and stuff like that. It's just incredible. And it's because they just go, it doesn't collide, so you get that extra bit of freedom and stuff. I mean, it does collide eventually, but you get a lot of freedom with it.
But that's the thing. Even if it does collide a little bit, even if I suppose the idea is if you're going for theme anyway, you want it to look like it's not hitting things anyway, and you'd rather have the freedom to try. Yeah,
but you don't want that. You want the freedom to get nice and close. You don't want the freedom to be all like, oh yeah, you can build about 8 miles away.
Do you think? And this is not a question from the chat, but do you think it's worth the £50 now?
If you grew up with my love of the late 90s, early 2000s park builder and management games, then yes, because it's a dream come true. If Roller Coaster Tycoon happens to be your favourite game franchise, absolutely. Absolutely. If you've always been interested, never kind of... I think, like, because at the moment they're selling the full price game for 20 quid, I think there's not a single person on earth that shouldn't go for that.
I guess. I mean...
Like, 20 quid...
How much was Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 when it came out?
3 was probably full price. Probably full price. But it was made by the same guys. Frontier. Who also made the expansion packs for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I believe.
You have to wonder why Atari didn't just go to Frontier and be like, hey, can you just make Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 and just make this game as a Roller Coaster Tycoon game?
Oh, I know the answer to that, and I know the answer to that because I played Roller Coaster Tycoon World. It's because they didn't have any money for this game.
Okay.
Roller Coaster Tycoon World clearly is a game that doesn't have the budget it needs. Clearly. Like, because now they're releasing it on early access. Like, they finally hit their release date after, like, the 4th go and the 4th developer, but they've hit it on early access. What I genuinely think is going to happen is it's going to get 1 or 2 updates and then we'll never hear about it again.
Oh.
It's in stores. They're selling it on disc, and on the front cover it doesn't even slightly mention.
It's
a
Steam code. It's a boxed version of a Steam code.
Yeah, well, it's got a disc in there, and you can sort of there, but because it's early access... It doesn't mention a single bit on the box that it's in early access, apart from in very tiny German writing on the back.
Yeah. It's like, you get access to all future updates. Because it's sort of a grey area, I suppose, legally, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very odd. But I've got a very good video planned for just after that game releases. Because that comes out March 30th on its early access. So I've got an interesting video planned for then. Or I've got an interesting video planned.
Are you gonna Are you gonna buy the box version and burn it? Or?
No, I'm gonna do a comparison video. I won't go into too much detail, but I'm gonna be comparing between the three big coaster games that are coming out.
You know, you should do like what AVGN did.
Uh-huh.
Do you know who that is?
Angry Video Game Nerd.
There we go. Where he did sketches where he literally just like destroyed, like shot them and shat on them and burnt them. And...
No. I'm gonna give it a fair trial.
Well, yeah, but fair trial, and then...
I'm going to give a fair trial.
Yeah, and then...
And then we'll see.
Then, yeah.
We will see. Let's get some more questions.
Take it on an actual roller coaster and drop it off. What's your opinion on Matt's hair?
A bit too greasy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Sorry, I had to say it. I mean, it does kind of look like you've dipped your head in oil.
No.
I swear, when I met Matt, there was like a dying seagull and shit in there. That was genuinely happened.
No, it's hairspray, Daniel.
Oh, there's a dying hairspray in there that's choking a seagull.
No, the hairspray will just choke yeah, it'll just choke.
There's like a dolphin in there with like a fucking like 6-pack thing around its throat.
it's a beach covered in oil.
Yeah, your hair looks like a natural disaster.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm happy that you think so highly of me. Right.
It's good. He sneezes and it looks like Venom was in the room. Just
okay. Here's another one related to Planet Coaster.
Oh, good. I like talking about that
Coaster
game.
One. Planet Coaster is a game that you very much like. It's developed by Frontier. Elite Dangerous, a game you didn't like very much, is also by Frontier. After your video on Elite, they added an expansion which adds landing on planets and driving around in a buggy to Elite Dangerous. Soon they will expand into other highly requested features. Would you reconsider going back into Elite with an open mind and possibly a veteran player to help you learn how to play?
No. And the reason for that is that I've come to the conclusion that I just don't like space games. I thought I'd love space games, and I was always very excited by the concept of space games.
Any space games?
Well, no, the space games where you are a trader, fighter, do what you want kind of game, because they all just feel like jobs. Like, I've not played one that's, like, not a job. They all just feel like I'm doing a thing that I don't really want to do.
It feels monotonous and time-consuming.
Yeah, like, and when it goes into the fighting, you go, oh, this was quite a bit good, and then it's back, and it makes the dull bits feel duller. I'm like, this feels like a job. But I have this problem with, like, all of them. I think I might get some fun out of... What's it? I'm going to try and do some video series with the... Oh, God, what's that one with, like, $100 million of funding? Star Citizen. I think I might do some fun videos and stuff like that. But
Scott Manley wants to do something with you on that, you know.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm doing. I think me and Scott can have some adventures in space.
Everyone's saying FTL in the chat.
FTL is not that kind of game.
No, it could not... You could set it not in space and it's still, you know...
Someone said, but Rodina... you see, the thing about Rodina is Rodina isn't one of those kind of games. Rodina is an exploration game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And creative.
There's so little exploration to these... It's like you can explore and you'll just find a thing with different numbers. But with Rodina, when you come out and you sit on a high mountain on a planet and you look around and you go, I'm on a fucking planet, and then you take off and it whizzes by. I've never played a game with the sense of scale that Rodina has, and I don't think anything's going to come close to that.
Oh, Space Engine. I fucking love Space Engine.
Space Engine, yeah. Space Engine is much less of a game, though.
Yeah, it's not. It is made by a Russian physicist as, like, a, you know...
Yeah.
Tool. But they're adding ships to it and everything. Yeah, spaceships.
I do like... I mean, Rodina's... You get those bits from Rodina where your ship's, like... I wish there was a smidge of like... crafting, I mean, not crafting actually. I think a smidge of the ship needs repairs, and you have to sort of like sit around a little bit. Because I do love it when you've parked your ship and there's enemies coming towards you, and I really want to have that thing of, come on, regenerate your health. Like the ship's health regenerates faster if it was like on land, maybe would be a good way of doing it. And actually having just the ship, and then you'd see the enemies descending. You're like, come on. I think that would be a nice bit of tension, trying to find little caves and stuff to hide in.
I just want to play a space game that's properly like Star Trek, like just exploration, not really fighting, just. Like a proper...
Well, this is where we have to mention the far too many billions of universe, galaxy, whatever the fuck it's called, elephant in the room, which is No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Right, No Man's Sky is fucking £150 collector's edition. It's the most pre-order bonuses.
It doesn't look bad.
I just I don't see anything like, because that is about exploration. They always go, it's about exploration. They've got all these numbers doing number things and stuff, and I like the sheer scale that they've gone for. The problem I have with it is whenever I've seen footage on a planet of that, there's like the fog of war, like the draw distance is about 18 feet.
I think it looks to me though that the ones that record that those are on PS4, so maybe it won't be like that on PC. But even then,
I mean, if it does have that sense of planetary scale, and you land on thinking like, "Oh, holy shit, I'm in a planet."
But even then,
totally
the planets are small. The planets are small.
They're nowhere near sort of Rodina size. I mean, Rodina size is nothing like sort of Earth or anything. I don't think.
And I think I know one of the issues with it as well is that, you know, they kept saying about how, you know, it's rare that a planet's going to have life on and stuff, and all the planets they show off in trailers have life on.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're like, oh, you'll get like 101 chance of finding a planet that has like water, and then like on top of that, 101 out of like 100 of those will have trees, and 100 of those have life. But anytime you see, here's some footage of it, they're fucking warping between 5 or 6 planets with life and guns and explosions. And I get the feeling that's a lot of people are going to be very disappointed when that thing comes out.
Well, because like, oh, I'm going to explore. Oh, great, an empty planet.
Yeah.
And then even when you get to...
You can find the thing... Like, the goal is you got to get to the centre of the universe, and it's all about... There's a fair bit of trading and stuff. As soon as they said, oh, you can, like, communicate and trade, I'm like, oh, it's just going to be another one of these games, isn't it? It's going to be get resource, go here, get the thing.
I'll eat StarCraft... Not StarCraft, what is it?
StarCraft is nothing like that.
No, what's the... Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's a space art... It's like a space... It's like... I can't
Spacecraft!
It's one of those MMOs set in space. Basically. Eve? Is it Eve? Yeah, it might be Eve.
Online. Yeah,
Eve,
that's
sure,
the
Eve.
one you get loads of cool stories about and then you never want to play.
No. Every time I go to play, it, like, even Star Trek Online, I think they're always just too...
I'd like to point two things out about Star Trek Online. One is it's currently my desktop wallpaper, and two, I really play a lot of Star Trek Online. I hate it. It's an awful game. It's
atrocious, this is it.
But it's in the Star Trek universe, and I love the Star Trek universe.
And they've made a lot of new ships. Like a lot of the lore is in that game.
I really like the lore. I really like the ships. I kind of like the combat, but the ground stuff and most of the game and the mission structure and everything is dire.
Well, that's it.
But it's fun.
I can't get past the game. Even though I love Star Trek, I just can't get past it.
I will state that the opening theme they have is like the best fucking song. It's the most Star Trek thing in the world. It's so good. It's so good.
Big triumphant score.
Yeah, but it's like and then it builds up and it's got like a ba 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 moment sort of thing. You know what the best thing about the movies, like the shitty movies, the two shitty movies.
Their scores are amazing.
They are amazing. That soundtrack is so.
I loved the one from the first one that was just sort of like, it was just this casual song, and then it builds up into the like original, like sort of the
Should we do more questions?
Yes. Tangential. There's 2 questions. This guy's cheating. He's fucking this fucking Josh. He's called Josh. The twat.
Josh.
Josh. He's put fucking 2 questions in one comment. He's joshing us, yeah.
Whoa. You're allowed to ask as many as you want. Who gives a shit?
Well, they're both small. I'll do the second one first because it's short. Can you give us a beard update?
Yeah, I shaved it all off. You'll see in Wednesday's video, the toys video. I just don't have it. I look really younger though. It's really horrible. I look like I've like aged 3 years, and I look really fat. I'm wearing a gross shirt, and it's great. But it's gone. R.I.P. Big Cubed. I shaved it off yesterday.
I did. You know what? I showed it to like I was over in Dublin. You know, recently. I showed that picture of you with the long, you know, where it was really long to my nan. And I said, "What does he look like?" And she went, "He looks like a homeless sailor."
I'm Fry. I was Fry in the episode with the.
Well, yeah.
No,
that was the look you were going for. It's not the best look. Okay, the first question you asked was, do you have anything planned for the Fallout series? Do you plan that far ahead? You record that far ahead, I know.
I stay a few weeks ahead of the recording, but just because then people aren't spoiling the bits that are coming up. I think in the next few episodes I go, hey, I'm going to do a mission that's right near the end, and then I wander off and do the DLC, so don't worry about it ending anytime soon.
I've done the DLC today in like an hour and a half.
I will point out that I sort of start falling in love with that island. If you want a slight spoiler, I fall in love with that island.
It's great, isn't it?
A big old structure appears on the island, and I think right. Well, I'm kind of going with the flow of this game, and I think I'm gonna wrap up with a slightly cinematic episode. I think we're going to get to the end, and then I'm going to keep going because I think I actually need to end my character properly. So I've got an idea for a finale, and it seems to fit where we're working towards. I don't actually know, because again, I haven't actually played the final levels of this game, so I don't know where the game ends. It's very nice to play a game without actually knowing what's around every corner.
I want to make a point, right? One of the problems with Fallout 4 over New Vegas is Fallout 4, since you can keep playing after the game, you know, the final mission, it's the end mission is very kind of...
I assumed it was going to be, which is why I went, okay, I need to work towards something that's a better ending, because... Clearly, like, I've really enjoyed the character because she's turned into a psychopath. Like, through no fault of her own, for actually the fault of a rad scorpion, she was quite psychopathic, but it's just got worse and worse and worse, so it's not going to be a bright, happy, fun ending. It's going to be probably quite a dark ending for this series, but I'm looking forward to see how we get there.
Dark ending's fine.
So I've got an idea for the end, but then I don't know what's in between here and there, so things might change. Which is essentially also how I write things, which is probably good.
Oh, Fallout 4. That's one of the good things about Fallout 4. Oh, God. Next question. One's a Fallout 4 challenge, so I'll add that to the list. Someone says, will you be starring in Actions in the Quest for the Game Channel 2? I think you've answered that, haven't you?
I think that was announced. Was that announced that that's a thing?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say starring. I'd say I might be in the background of one scene. But yeah, I'll be in the background of one scene, I think. I might have a line, who knows? I don't even know. Yeah, there is. I am working on stuff.
You're just in the background of a scene with a ruler, just with a pencil drawing a line on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah,
It'll be that picture of Ramona Flowers that Scott Pilgrim draws, just the basic squiggles. That's gonna be.
How much do you play games when you're not recording?
Recently, a lot more. Before I used to record a lot, and then I got a much better way of recording stuff. A lot faster way of recording stuff. And then I sort of had a time where I wasn't doing anything because I was living in hotels mostly, just basically working and shouting at the internet. But no, recently
I've actually noticed that.
Yeah. But recently I've been playing, I don't know, a fair bit. I get like an hour of gaming in a day now. Stop the presses. I mean, I've only done like almost... I'm coming up to like 3 days solid of Fallout in that series now, which that's played. So that's like, what, many? That's a lot of hours. 50, 60, 70, 72 hours. Yeah, 72 hours in that, and that's like the longest I've played a game in forever.
Guess what my actual playtime for Fallout 4 was? Like when the game was actually released. Because
you were like the first person to finish it, weren't you?
No, I got like a week and a half before, but guess what my playtime was when the game came out?
What was it?
6 days and 20 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. I knew that game to death. I played that game to absolute, which now I hate it. And not at the... No, games because like John, for example, John plays. He doesn't really play games outside of recording. Every game he looks at and goes, "Oh well, let's make a good video." Blah 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 blah. But you know, I suppose it's you have to find a balance, don't you?
Yes, we've been through this on this channel recently.
We have, yeah.
I'm not looking at how much money the channel is currently generating. I'm too scared. I'll look at it in a month.
Well.
Yep.
Well, I better get the job seekers form out soon again.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Audible.
Audible, they're shit. Right. They're shit audiobooks.
Who reads books?
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, we should get the podcast sponsored by Loot Crate.
Loot Crate can fuck off at this moment in time. I'll talk about that later, but let's just. You may realise there's not been a Loot Crate video for a while, and yeah, talk about that later. There won't be another one. Don't worry.
Right. There's one. I'm going to change this one slightly. It says, "How did Matt end up working for you, and how did the Nerd crew start growing? And could you see it getting bigger in the future?" So I suppose that would be, how did everyone start working for you, and do you expect to hire more people?
Everyone started working for me because I was like, oh shit, I hate doing this thing, and I want someone else to do it.
That's the best.
That's genuinely. Like, the first one was... Well, I mean, like, yeah, what came on because we were like, hey, we need to build this thing, and we need, like, a lot of time put into it. And then we had my dad, I think. Dad was the next one to come on. Because, like, his channel... He was really enjoying his channel. I was like, hey, let's actually get you on board on this thing. And then Tracy came along because we realised that everything was wrong. And business is hard. And we need someone smart to do the business things.
Yeah.
And then Matt came along because I hate talking to people.
Hello.
And
You respect your audience.
I'm gonna find it really hard because, like, the only time I ever really talk to anyone is Twitter, and I don't do it very often. But that's gonna become impossible starting on the fucking 15th because TweetDeck's shutting down.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Use something else, for fuck's sake.
No, because TweetDeck's the one I like, and I've tried all the others, and I don't like them, and they don't work. TweetDeck is I just click the button, and there's TweetDeck, and everything's fine. I can have I've got loads, all different Twitter accounts, all's there. I can schedule tweets. I can do all these wonderful
things. How's this? Use TweetDeck Web, and then save the bookmark in your taskbar, and when you click it, it just brings up the web page.
But then I'd have to log in every single time, and I don't know any of my passwords because I have like 15 password managers.
What's amazing is you can actually save login credentials in a web browser.
Yeah, I don't do that though.
But you did for the application. So what's the difference between doing it in a web browser and doing it in the application?
Because an application was separate, and I was like, if someone takes my Twitter account, I don't give a fuck. But like other shit, I'm like, oh, that's not going to stay logged in. Like if I close my browser down, I clear my history, I clear fucking everything. For one, it makes the computer run faster. It's not because like my computer is always. Oh, if someone breaks in, nicks my computer, then they won't get access to shit.
Well, yeah, but you can just.
If to be perfectly honest, they'll have to be like a 5-man crew to lift the fucking thing.
Well, no. Well, there's the thing. You can have security and convenience. Like my hard drives are encrypted. If someone got into my computer,
well, I've got all those things. It's just another layer. I am fucking paranoid as shit to look after everything.
They'd get into my web browser to even access any websites. They'd need to get through 3 factors of authentication to access my password manager, and then you'd have to go through more authentication, 2-factor for every major website with the password manager.
Yeah, but if you've got the password, if it's all logged in already, that's it. You don't need 2-factor, and you're in already.
Yeah, but no one's going to get on the computer. And what's amazing about websites is you can generally just log yourself out anywhere else if someone does.
You can get past the standard Windows login very easily nowadays.
Okay, so give me a hypothetical, right? So, okay, your computer gets stolen one day, all right?
Yeah.
So you go, oh no, my computer's been stolen. And for some reason, their main priority when they steal your computer is not selling it on, but getting in and logging onto your Twitter. And within the time they've tried to do that, you haven't changed your Twitter password.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have changed my Twitter password. It's not Twitter. It's everything. I mean, if I have that on for just one thing, it goes on for everything, and I'd rather be secure and just have it off for everything.
That's like on Chrome, you can make it so.
Also, it stops me. Like, if I'm permanently logged into shit, I'll just be browsing everything. Like, it really hypes up your productivity not being logged into Reddit all the time.
Okay, fine. Don't log in, but just Twitter. Just Twitter to replace TweetDeck. Because if you were permanently logged into TweetDeck and then you permanently log into the website...
then I'd have to install Chrome?
You don't have to install Chrome, and just use whatever web browser you use and put it in.
I would, because TweetDeck on Firefox is just a broken piece of shit.
Okay, fine. Install Chrome and only use Chrome for TweetDeck.
I hate Chrome. It uses up so much fucking RAM. You go on Chrome and you boot up like the old Space Jam website. It's like, Chrome's using 100 megabytes of RAM. I was like, bitch, there wasn't 100 megabytes of RAM in the world at this point.
Well, no, just TweetDeck.
In fact, but also, right, Twitter hates me. Twitter hates its users. Because, like, if I go onto my TweetDeck app on my phone, which involves going through a password, and I fucking put up with this shit because it's on my phone, it's portable.
You know, why don't you just get a phone with a fingerprint reader? You know,
because they're pieces of shit. They're useless. They're absolutely fucking useless. They're horrid. Because fingerprint reader, you don't just go, here's my fingerprint, and then leave it. It's got a password. Passwords can be broken. So it's only as strong as the maximum length of password, and the fucking Android one is like 6 to 8 characters max or something. It's like, well, what's the fucking point?
iOS, it was originally 4 characters, and then they upped it to 6, and then they just let you put whatever text password you want in. It can be up to like 30. So. All
right, I've just refreshed my phone.
Yeah.
Well, I've gone to Twitter. I've gone right. Have a look at all my messages and refresh all, and it's refreshed up to
that thing.
Recall Runner, who was a guy who just tweeted me 20 minutes ago, which is 3 tweets. It's loaded up 3 tweets, and then there's a gap, and then there's 9 hours later, which is the last time I checked. So in that time, there's been literally hundreds and hundreds of tweets sent to me that I will never ever see.
But that seems like a bug because on my Twitter,
it's updated twice and not fixed that problem.
It's because I use iOS, and on the iOS version,
I think it's a problem because I got the Android one, but I've got the verified. If you become verified, you get more options and shit here. So I've got the verified one, but it just doesn't show. It like all the other side looks fine, but that is just completely broken.
That's true because I know it just has a limit anyway. I can't scroll back more than 20 hours because it has a limit on the amount of things it'll display.
I used to be able to scroll back forever. Like TweetDeck just goes and goes and goes.
Oh, TweetDeck goes and goes and goes. Yeah.
But I mean, they're closing down just the desktop one. I think they're just going to end up shutting it down. I don't want to move over and then get my hopes up and then they just shut that one down as well. Because TweetDeck was amazing, and then Twitter bought it out and ruined it, and then made it worse, and now they're shutting it down. It's been a very slow death, and it's sort of
yeah.
Just
Anyway, more questions.
Someone said, "Why don't you use the Twitter app?" That is the Twitter app. That's not the TweetDeck app. That's the Twitter app on bloody Android.
Yeah, the Twitter app's not great.
Annoys me very much. Annoys.
It doesn't. It has very few options. That annoys me as well. Okay, we're at the point now.
Again, I'm a power user, which means I have multiple accounts and I need things like scheduling tweets. There's none of that shit on there.
Who tweet?
There's absolutely none of it.
Who tweet? Who tweet? Who tweet? Who tweet? Who tweet? Who tweet?
Stop making noises, you Pokemon. Carry on.
Anyway. Okay, we've got to the point now in the popular list where they're starting to duplicate or becoming questions we've already answered or whatever. So I'm just going to go into new and start choosing random questions.
Okay.
I'm looking at the newest questions now. Some of these were asked 10 minutes ago. So.
Ooh, hello 10 minutes ago, people.
Yes. Someone asked, I've often wondered this, but since YouTube pays out differently depending on platform and consoles seem to fall in a void between mobile and desktop, am I harming your income by watching your videos solely on a PS4 or Xbox One instead of a PC?
That is a fucking interesting question with an interesting answer, and the answer is possibly.
Okay.
It's possibly because the seriously, advertising is so all over the place, you can't really test it.
No.
Like, if you're looking at your analytics and you look like back 1 week, everything would be so totally different and such totally different values, and everything could be exactly the same, that you just realize that actually working out how things go and what's the best thing, you just can't work it out at all, really.
God, they're so inconsistent as well with how they advertise on different platforms.
They constantly change things up. CPM is very all over the place. YouTube Red came along and slowed everything down and made things weird, and I don't understand many things. I don't know. If you get like an advert at the start that's like just an actual full advert, then chances are everything's going to be good. But I see adverts like that so rarely on the PS4 app, which I use quite a lot because I'm watching Robot Wars on there.
Okay. Do you have any physical deformities?
The only question I saw was that one. I like that question. That's an internet a third arm. Yes, I am. What you think is my face is actually my ass.
Oh, that makes sense. That explains all the crap that comes out your mouth.
Well played. No, that's it. That's the end of that question. I won't be that.
In your opinion, what are the best and worst movies the game... What? Oh, I thought it said movies as moves. What are the best and worst moves the games industry as a whole has made in the past 10 years?
I would... Oh, okay.
They've said their best are wireless controllers and the worst are microtransactions. But I wouldn't agree with either of those.
I would agree with microtransactions.
Really?
As being the worst thing. I mean, because microtransactions take a lot of power away from the player. Like, I can't play... I've been through this a lot of times, but I can't play a game with microtransactions because I just can't relax. Because I can't just go, I'm going to play this, and I can see this thing, because there's always that thing of, is this going to throw up a menu that's going to charge me at some point? Like, I used to love getting shit, like, leveling up in Ratchet and Clank and getting the new guns and having that currency come in and stuff. But now whenever I see currency, I'm like, until you check, and then you go, actually, no, that's fine. You know, there's a lot of panic.
It adds another level of sort of paranoia.
Yeah, it's that. I mean, I talked about this in the Rick and Morty video I had to get rid of because fucking YouTube shat on it with a great height. I didn't have a backup of that. That was a real fuck up. That one. That was, like, I took that video back down. I downloaded it to like edit it back up, but it's all over the place. The sync moves so much. I don't know what the fuck YouTube's playing at sometimes. But I have this like paranoia that I don't like every sort of because like I do when I'm playing a game, I go through it in my head and I do critique it as I play. Like that's just a thing that happens now. Like I can't stop it.
Yeah,
that's at this point inevitable.
Yeah, I understand.
But now I'm like, is this person doing this thing because it's the right game choice, or is it because this is what makes them the most money?
Oh, this pisses me off. Like, I kind of wish I didn't get into the games industry at all, so I could just, like, sit back and not overanalyze games. It
does, yeah, you do get that. As soon as you start analysing games, you start going, is a thing of the stuff. But, like, so Rick and Morty you'd go to these different worlds, but there was no way to get back from the world.
No,
Once you were in these worlds, you couldn't get back to the hub world, and you could only like buy things from the hub world or something. Or I can't remember what it was, but it was odd. No, sorry, you couldn't. You could only heal your Mortys like you would heal your Pokemon in a Pokemon Center for free back in the hub world. So when you go in there, you couldn't heal apart from with items, and items cost money. So are they trying to get a sense of you're locked in these worlds and it's supposed to be a bit more dangerous and ooh, what do I do? Or are they just trying to scrounge more money out of you? And it's those things that just make me go, I can't critique this because I don't know what the intentions are, and most of the time they want to get like, who doesn't want to get money with giving this thing out for free? So I'd say microtransactions are the worst thing.
Well, you see, they inherently are, but on the other hand, right, games with microtransactions, while inherently are, you know, shit and shallow and...
If it's a full price game, microtransactions, it can go fuck.
Oh no, it's terrible, but microtransactions have enabled the idea of having, sort of, especially on mobile, slightly larger scale games that are free for people to get, and it has introduced a lot of people to gaming.
Yes, but it's introduced them to absolutely fucking atrocious gaming, which is what I have. I much preferred when the introduction to gaming was the Wii, which is a really fun, interesting way of getting into gaming. Great. It's got a controller, and
they still sell. They sell like a little Wii for like £50 now.
I had no interest in the Wii, but the Wii really helped get gaming into like the super mainstream. Like the Wii is, because seriously, like even with the PS2, it was super popular, but I really don't think that gaming was like really up there as like a thing everyone did. And then the Wii came along and fucking showed, even fucking everybody's nans had a Wii. It was like that.
Oh, I got my grandparents. I got my grandparents to play the Wii.
It's one of those things that anyone could play, and it was nice and simple, and it was fun, and it was quirky, and it was different, and everyone just sort of really liked it. I mean, they completely fucked it with the Wii U in every single way.
I mean, I like the Wii U, but it was just a mess of marketing, really.
Oh, absolutely. I'm assuming the new one's going to be called, like, the Wii 2 or something, or the Wii 0 or Wii -1.
They just need to give it a fucking new name.
Yeah. But I think that they really did a good job. But now, like, the things you're getting is just fucking match 3 puzzlers and shit like that. Like, they've been egging up this Futurama game. They're bringing the Futurama lot back for a brand new game on mobile, and I was like, oh, it's going to be like that Simpsons Tapped Out bullshit. No, it's just a match 3 puzzler.
Oh, great.
I just don't feel like there's any creativity over there, and the stuff that is creative just gets drowned out by just the good shit, and it's a horrible market. But mobile gaming, I think actually I could expand it to as the worst thing, because there's just nothing there worth anything.
Well, that's the problem. There is quite a few things, but you never can
that's the thing. That's the defense that I hate is when people go, "Oh, it's just a time waste. Oh, just a time waste." Yeah, it's a time waste. It's just staying out the fucking window. I don't want to pay money for that. Just.
It's honestly, this is one of the reasons I quite like the iOS store over the Android store, because the iOS store is curated, and they they'll have bits where they'll be like, look, here are a bunch of really good games that don't have microtransactions, and they put it on the front of the store like in big bold letters, and they go, look, £2, good, we tried them, they're good.
Yeah.
And it's quite unfortunate that they have to do that.
Yeah.
The game can't just go right.
Best thing.
Yes.
Best thing from the question.
Well, it's sort of random. I'm just going.
No, the question had a second part. We're doing the second part. Fuck you, man. It was like the worst thing, the best thing. Worst thing, microtransactions. What was the best thing? I'm paying attention.
They said wireless. They said wireless controllers.
I don't think wireless controllers, because my Xbox One controller's wired. And
I wired. My controllers are still wired. I
like wired controllers because then they don't run out of charge. It's just another thing.
Well, it's like wireless mice. Why would you ever use a why would I want to recharge my mouse?
Yeah, I had a wireless mouse that had a plug like the Razer one, and I just kept it plugged in all the time.
Oh, worst time. Like, actually, I do have the Apple. I do have like for the iMac. I've got like Apple wireless shit, but it lasts like 6 months on one charge, so it's not that bad.
I'd say the best thing to happen to the gaming industry is indie budgets have got to the point where they're making like AA games. They're not making AAA big budget things, but they're making those smaller, still large in scope, but like a good core idea games, which is what was the foundation of the PS2, which is what made the PS2 great, which was that people had really creative ideas and like nice tight budgets, so they could just about squeeze their idea into that budget. And that was like that's why I say the PS2 was the perfect time, because before it there wasn't enough computer processing power at all, and there wasn't enough money for the ideas, and a lot of people went too big and kind of fucked up. Which is why RPGs were really popular in that era, because you could go a lot bigger with an RPG because you needed less of the whole money and processing power thing. And then the PS2 came along and it enabled that sort of thing. The PS3 came along and it sort of had too much processing power, but you needed like a much bigger budget to make really anything, so it sort of died out. So the sweet spot was sort of the PS2, and it seems like indie developers with stuff like Volume and things like that like My Big Little Volume. That's the sort of level of games that we sort of had at that time.
It's the sort of like you get the small, like there was a lot of small development teams in PS2 era that had bigger publishers going, but they were these small dev teams, and now the big publishers are only focusing on their big dev teams. All the small publishers, all the small devs have moved over to indie.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And I think it's more. I think that's the best thing that's going on right now. I mean, because then we get stuff. I mean, we do get this sort of nice middle ground of games that are just... I mean, what's really probably the best at the moment is sort of this revival of management games that I love so desperately. That's my kind of thing, because I have no interest in your arena shootery whatevers. But Factorio, Planet Coaster, I'm in these games. I'm in these games for the long run. Yeah, no, that's what I would say. I'd say we're sort of getting back to PS2 kind of era with indie. I mean, there's also the very small, interesting indies like Undertale and stuff. You see, I think it's a really good time. I also... Actually, now part of me wants to say that the worst thing is is Steam, but it's not. Steam is actually really bad in so many ways.
It's bad and good at the same time.
It is. It's like one of those things that when Steam shuts down, well, you've lost all your games. Bye now.
Yeah.
That's a issue.
I mean, they always say, they're like, oh, we'll make it so you can play it. Like, I always have all my games downloaded. I have like a 6 terabyte hard drive just full of everything.
I would not be able to download all my games onto a 6 terabyte hard drive.
Well, I've almost filled my 6 terabyte hard drive. So. But no, I see. I think the best move in the games industry was making a lot of game engines free, like simple ones. You know,
I would say that we haven't actually seen the end results of that yet.
No, but I think it's because it's going to get a lot of people into it. I think, and it makes it a lot more accessible for people to actually start creating stuff, even if they're shit. Even though you're shit, like you get your Digital Homicide, you really use your terrible games. I think it does have cultural relevance, and that it does get people into the more creative thing, and some of them might learn, some of them will fall, but you have more of a chance to get some people who've never
more
tried
people
games
in. But then again, that means you get more shit out in the end of the day, and
Yeah.
Steam lets anything
but
on board. So
more possibility of a golden nugget.
that's true. If you filter more shit, you've got more chance of getting a golden nugget.
It's not the best, but
We'll do one more question, and then we'll take a
yeah,
break.
I'll take it. My mouse it disappears. Sorry. I have to ask this one. As a games developer, does the existence of the furry fandom encourage or dissuade you from making anthropomorphic characters in any way?
That's quite an incredible question. I have no plans to make any characters of such a kind.
I know a lot of people got pissed off at Zootopia because they were... it was like they just thought it was a fairy film.
I really want to say that.
It's good. It is good.
A lot of people say it's very good. It's Disney, so it's clearly good. I don't think that's something I would ever even consider if I was making it. There's like the game we're making at the moment. There's a few ideas that I've got where I'm like, I'm gonna have to run this by some people just to make sure, and then I might need a bit of. There's like a few things I'm like, I just gotta check this because I've got to get this bit right. But I don't think there's anything I'll be like, oh, this might offend people. I mean, there's genuinely some shit that I'm making that's gonna offend people because they're idiots. People are idiots.
People are prudes.
There's definitely a feature that I'm thinking of. I'm like, oh, that's gonna piss people off just by its existence. But it's the right thing to do, so it's staying in the game. And it's not offensive. It will be to some people, but it's not.
No. Yeah, so... the entire point of this game's development is you want the games to be not very offensive, and you want them to be basically quite accessible. I think that's what you were saying, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
right.
Sure, why not?
Let's take a break.
How long's the break going to be?
4 minutes.
There's a new video just gone up, a nice Saturday video, so,
How long is the video? I realised this in the Flustercluck. I assumed it was a 5-minute video, and then afterwards I realised it was like a 50-second video, and you didn't mention that to me once in the fucking
I'll have a
break.
check, and we'll let everyone go and watch it, and then we'll
Will the break be long enough for me to masturbate to Darkside Rabbit? Oh, it's The Division. Oh,
The Division. Oh, for other people like, oh, I'm loving this, like, hyped up dad. Well, this is how long that lasted. It's 13 minutes long. If we take a 15-minute break, then I can get the food in the oven as well.
Okay.
And then we'll do an extra 15 minutes at the end.
Okay, we'll take a 15-minute break. See ya.
Cool. Back in 15 minutes.
I'll put the link in the chat. Okay. That's such forced enthusiasm.
I'm still eating crisps, Matt. You got me.
Snacker Jacks aren't real
Snacker
crisps.
Jacks.
They're not real.
No, they're healthier. They're like popcorn with dust on them.
Yeah,
They're
I
really
know, but
tasty.
they're not real. Yeah, I know they are nice. They're not real crisps. I'm just being pedantic.
Well, I put my pork in the oven.
Wink.
I'm doing it topside so I get a nice bit of a crackling on it.
Oh yeah.
Just a bit of salt. That's all we need.
Never made
Matt,
it
you
before.
entertain them. I'm going to finish this bag of crisps.
What? It's a Q&A. I can't even do a little amusing dance or anything.
5 new people have signed up since we started here. Thank you very much, 5 new people.
On Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. No one can resubscribe on Twitch. I don't know why. If you're trying to resubscribe and you can't, I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing that.
It's being
Probably-
right Twitch.
You should probably email Twitch about that. Yeah, we'll have to do it. Okay.
Good. Right, last little crumbs. Here we go.
Well, there we go.
Nom, 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 nom.
Exciting content.
Oh, yes. Right, we're
How
done.
is
We've
it-
got now hour and 10
What-
minutes until my dinner's done.
What flavour were they?
Sour cream and chive.
Eh,
I'm quite fond of sour cream.
I do like well. It's nice. I prefer I think for Snacker Jacks, they're quite like the salt and vinegar myself.
Oh, there's something that's really nice.
They are.
Anyway,
Okay,
should we get on with the questions?
yes, I found some questions here. So, right. What is your favourite Star Trek film, and what's your favourite episode?
Oh my god, right.
I thought that was a good one.
Jesus. Okay, wow.
Caramel Snacker Jacks are the best. Chat member. Sorry.
Right. Let's all just agree now that like First Contact's the best one. Slash Wrath of Khan. It's or I know actually Generations is the poor one that I like. Generations is the not good one that I like. But for me it's First Contact or Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, I
My
don't
love
really
of
like
Wrath
any
of
of
Khan
the films.
is dented. What? Wrath of Khan is fantastic.
I don't dislike the films. I think it works a lot better as a TV show.
I agree, but I still think Wrath of Khan and First Contact are absolutely amazing. I'd say Wrath of Khan. I know that's a very boring, regular answer, but it's a thing.
Prick. Filthy.
It's so nice. And the best TV episode. Oh my fucking
Yeah,
god!
the TV one's hard.
In the Pale Moonlight DS9. Best
I
of
feel-
both worlds, Next Generation. Oh, it's too much. It's too
I
good.
feel the best episode would have to be in DS9. I mean, in the Pale Moonlight is probably. Although I kind of feel like I should choose something else for that because in the Pale Moonlight is often.
I would still say that the cliffhanger of Best of Both Worlds Part 1 is the greatest cliffhanger on television history.
Remind me what happens in that one because I'm bad with names.
That's Locutus of Borg. That's the
oh.
episode where they're building up.
Yes.
Why isn't Riker
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
anything with his life? Is he ever going to get his own spaceship and stuff? And by the end of the episode, he's commanding the Enterprise to fire on a Borg cube
Yeah.
that has Picard on as a Borg, and it's got that great shot of him just running up. Like the camera just goes up, and it's like on his face. This Emmy's drummer is like, "Mr. Worf, fire!" And the music's like, "Da da da, da da da, da da da," and it's like to be continued. You're like, "What the fuck? Oh my god!" It's amazing.
You're right.
It's the best thing. Like it genuinely, right at this point, I'm so just like into that scene. It makes me cry. There's a fact. In fact, if I'm right, that episode was directed by Riker. What's his name? Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes.
William Frakes is William Riker.
William- I watched a documentary on Netflix that was done by Shatner. It was just him talking to all the captains.
The Captains. I saw that
Yeah.
when it came out. I love how high as fuck.
Aidan
What's his
Brooks is.
face?
He's just fucking off his tits. He's like Shatner asks him a question and he just keeps playing his piano and goes, ooh. Like, okay. You're right, Avril.
It was like Willy Wonka in a care home. It was quite magical.
And then Shatner was just like, do you believe in life after like really just weirdly?
Yeah, it was very, very crap.
And then
I enjoyed that
do you think and to what's her name? Fuck.
Katie Mulligrew.
Kate Mulgrew. Yeah. It's like, do you think hormones affect people in politics?
I enjoy Katie Mulligrew more than I do Janeway, which is a very weird thing.
No, Kate Mulgrew's lovely. Yeah. I really like I can't remember his name either. The guy from Enterprise. Scott Bakula.
Bakula.
Bakula?
Yeah, because if you say Bakula, it just sounds like Dracula. Scott Bakula.
No, I really like him. I think even though Enterprise was panned, I really liked him as a captain.
You know what? I like the Xindi series of Enterprise. I've not actually seen like the first two. You know what's really you know what the TV
First one's
fact
terrible.
that freaks me out the most? The TV
What?
fact that freaks me out the most is that like the distance between Voyager and Enterprise was like less than a year of release.
Oh yeah.
It's like I can't remember. It's just like a couple of months. It was within a year. The next one came out. Like they look worlds apart. They look hugely different. But like Enterprise was only like a few months after Voyager ended.
But they tried to do something a lot different with it, I suppose, didn't they? Like
They
Voyager
did do
was
a
trying
lot
to keep the
different
same style as like fucking like Next
I mean,
Generation.
they went early on so they could do what modern TV was doing, which was being a bit darker because the Federation's very light.
Which is good. But then the entire first season of Enterprise is just a fucking mess.
I've not seen it. I really should get around
You should
to it.
watch. The second season's pretty alright as well. I mean, the first one was. There's
I like
that
the Cindy
weird
season.
episode with the. There's that weird episode with the two Enterprise with the two NX ships going at warp, and then the engineer, I can't remember his name, has to like go on a rope between them at warp. Like they went really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Star Trek doesn't stick to its science, hello Threshold. You've not seen the next, the Voyager episode, Threshold. You should, because it's one of the worst things in the world.
I like that it exists though, because it's just the most
I
ridiculous thing.
In the episode Threshold, they program a shuttle to hit Warp 10, and at Warp 10, you hit every point in the universe simultaneously, which means they can go home immediately. The downside of this is you devolve into a lizard.
No, evolve. They didn't devolve.
Oh, yes,
they
you
evolve.
evolve into a lizard, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They evolve into a lizard. The captain gets screwed over by it as well. And then the lizards get on a different planet.
The captain and the pilot.
The captain and the pilot end up doing the thing, and then they find these two lizard people, and there's eggs around them, so they banged. And it's the animal kingdom, so there was rape involved. And and then they leave the eggs on this uninhabited planet, just like, oh, we'll leave them there. And then they get this magic thing that the Doctor invented to de-lizard them, and then they're back to normal, and they're like, oh, well, let's carry on.
Yeah, and then they never mention it.
And they never mention it again. Like, it's seriously, like, he gets, like, information about every point in the known universe downloaded onto his computer. Never mentions it. They have a way to get home with it's got a side effect that's entirely curable. Never mention it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean,
Voyager does that all the fucking time.
If they
If
they didn't have the Doctor, right?
Yeah.
That I could see that being a viable thing. Like, you know what? We'll turn into lizard people and we'll be fucked. But he's a hologram. He can't turn into a lizard person. It's fine. Just be a lizard person.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's a lot of issues.
There's a model of the Delta Flyer on my desk, and now it's bringing back. I'm gonna put this over there now. It's bringing back bad memories.
I recently purchased a shit ton of Next Generation figures that you will see on the Nerd³ Choice channel in a few months' time.
What? Like action figures?
Oh, you'll find out.
Oh. I got this magazine for like months, and it's just loads of Star Trek ship models. I have like 50 of them, and they're really amazing and good and stuff. I'll have to link you to them. You might like them.
Nice.
If you could change one thing about the video games industry, what would it be and why? This person's name is Ludwig Nygaard.
I'd make Nintendo actually go back to what they... I want Nintendo to become the great game innovators. Because when Nintendo started up, and when we had our Metroids and our Marios and our Donkey Kongs, and basically, and Legend of Zeldas, they invented lots of genres, and they tweaked and made everything fantastic. And very early Nintendo were amazing for that. And now they're just riding on that success. And they don't do very much. When they do actually put the effort in and you make something like Super Mario Galaxy, it's fucking amazing.
Or Splatoon is another.
Splatoon is okay. Game. I've played Splatoon, and now I can go, that was a thing. That's not fun.
No, I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's a good step in the right direction.
No, I think it's a bad step, because they're just going, hey, look, let's do a shooter with a slight twist.
Interesting. Well, it's not... Well, It's a good innovation on a standard thing. It's something that I don't think anyone else would have done.
I think Nintendo are best summed up by the Pokemon franchise. Like, they started out with Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, And those games were amazing, and they changed everything. And now they're still making that game just with prettier graphics. And nothing's really changed.
Well, that's the problem. Every big Nintendo releases. Look, it's another one of the same thing. It's like Yoshi's Woolly World.
That's why I would change. I would go Nintendo, because they go, oh, we've got interesting controls and shit. And they don't do anything with it. I never saw a use of the Wii U controller that was actually worth it.
I quite liked the one thing I quite liked about the Wii U controller, which was completely Hyrule Warriors, which is basically just Xenoblade, not Xenoblade. You know what I'm talking about. Just the big. When you play local co-op on that, one person can play on the controller and one person can play on the main screen, and you don't have to get split screen, which is a cool concept. But it can't do it because the Wii U has so little power that it can barely render the game once. So when you render the game twice, they lower the graphics so much it looks like it's on like an N64.
Now the big issue that's happening with this is that, and this is something I genuinely want to talk about, and I'll probably talk more about on podcasts, is the Hyrule Warriors has just come out on the 3DS. It is 100% unplayable on the 3DS.
Why?
Because the frame rate is around 15 to 20. But on the new 3DS, it's a smooth 60.
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
Yeah, because they named it the new 3DS because they didn't learn from the fucking Wii U.
No, yeah.
Incremental consoles, something we'll talk about on Wednesday for a very long time. I don't want to get into that now. I have a lot to say. What's the next question?
What a mess. In your opinion, what is the best programming language to learn?
I don't know. I've only learned one.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And I'm learning it still, so I don't know. There might be one I'm like, oh, this is so much better.
Well, I want to point out, Dan is not a programmer. Dan is a person trying to be a programmer.
Yeah, oh, that's not me. I'm more into design. I understand design.
Yeah, but you're trying to program as well.
I can put things together in Unity. You know, we're building the game in Unity now, which is nice. It's good for 2D stuff. So, because fuck 3D. So, yeah, there's some interesting bits that I know, and I can work very basics, but I need to learn a lot more. So, yeah. That C thing. What's it? C sharp. Is that what they use? C sharp, C plus plus. Yeah. One of them. I mean, you can something with a C.
If you learn C plus, basically it's a building block for everything. The fundamentals.
Yeah, it's sort of languages. Yeah, well, it's not. It's a building block based on a foundation. But yeah, I like Unity. Yeah. Unity's very useful as long as you're not making awful shite with it.
Which most people do.
Well. Yeah, but you can also make good stuff. See Skylines. You've got Kerbal Space Program. There's a lot of games in Unity.
Unity's a very flexible engine. I think it's very accessible and flexible.
That's why we're going for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question. I've been watching a channel since 2012, and I recently decided to join the army. My question for you is: if you had to join the military, what would you want your job to be? Which I think is a deeper question there than just what they're asking, because I think I know your opinions on the military, and I think you know my opinions on the military. So
if I'm assuming I'm forced to join the military, because there's no way in living hell I would ever join.
Yeah, assuming it's conscription. Yeah.
I've always said if somebody handed me a gun and told me to kill someone, first I'd kill them, and then I'd kill me. I'm not entirely sure about the second one now, but
the guy look, they say that their job isn't combat, so there's a lot of military jobs that aren't combat.
That is true, but isn't the overall result combat?
Well, I mean that's the goal.
It's
isn't
a lot
it?
of systems that
if
feed
you're a
into
medic
combat, no
or
matter
a
what you
tech,
do. Yeah,
it's still towards the idea of combat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as people like to say, protecting your country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I have an answer to this.
Yeah.
I'd like Radar O'Reilly's job from MASH. Company clerk. Yeah. Just runs the shit. Basically just does the legwork that the commander tells him to do and keeps the hospital going. That's the sort of place I'd be comfortable in the military. Helping people. None of the shooting crap bit. I like the helping people bit. That's what I'm going for.
That's it. But you're usually helping people who are only hurt because they went to hurt people.
Yeah, but I like helping people. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be just like a medic in the field. I want to be in a little MASH, little mobile hospital.
You know what? I'd be pretty content with being Darling.
You'd be what? Yeah, he does get killed. Let's put that.
I know he does get killed, but I mean, I'd be pretty content with being Darling anyway, just generally in life.
Wasn't there a MASH reference in your Division video? I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to point something out. I record 2 hours per 15-minute video, right? I don't remember what the fuck I could keep in. Oh yeah, no, it was trash. Yes, that was a MASH reference. I did sing it. Yeah, well done. I think that stayed in. I have I'm currently shaking hands with the dog right now. This is very interesting. That's what I'm doing right now.
Don't say hello.
You're not going to say hello, are you?
Say hello, Reagan. For fuck's sake.
Not going to happen.
Damn it.
No, not going to happen.
Ooh.
It said, someone says I haven't updated my about section after the reboot. I fucking did. YouTube just hasn't processed the bloody thing.
Yeah, I want to point out Dan changed the the description preset months ago and it didn't update.
It did never update. I'm doing it manually now.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Yay. Favorite Lego minifigure that you own and also the favorite set that you own.
I don't know. Well, favorite set. Oh my god. I really enjoy the Matt Smith figure because it comes with a fez. I like the fez, but it's a crap set because it's Peter Capaldi's TARDIS and I don't really like it very much.
And it's an expensive set for what it is.
It's very expensive for what it is. I'm very, very fond of some of the ones that come in sort of the collectible ones. There's the collectible minifigs that they do, and there's a lot of very nice minifigs in there. I like the rocker guy with the red guitar, sunglasses, and the straightened hair, the black straightened hair.
Hello.
He's one of my favourites. I have lots of favourites.
I really like the Star Wars ones. The 8080 is a really nice set.
I've just got the Millennium Falcon. I should give that a build. Oh, you know what I really like in the Star Wars sets? Those buildable action figures. Have you got any of those yet?
Yes, I have 3 of. I have Grievous, Vader, and Luke.
Luke shit. My birthday.
Luke shit. Get Grievous. Grievous is just the best.
They are really, really good action figures. I wish I had them when I was a kid.
No, seriously, because Luke just looks shit. Just because.
The human when they look like robots, they look a lot better just because of the way that it's designed, the technic pieces.
Grievous looks like he's meant to be Grievous, and I think even the Stormtroopers and the newer ones look really good as well.
I will say that my favourite Lego set is going to be one of the modular buildings because I have most of them and I love them very much. I love them very,
Yeah,
very,
I could tell by the amount you fucking spent on those 3 second-hand ones. Fucking hell.
Let's not talk about that. That was... I spend money very rarely, and when I do, I spend a fairly large amount of it. Because I don't go out or anything, and I do keep a tally and I save up, and I'm spending all the right amounts.
I mean, it is justified. I mean, you basically spend nothing, usually,
I basically spend nothing. Yeah, on average, I spend nothing. But every now and then I spend a month's rent on Lego, and I'm like, hey!
Well, no, that's it. A lot of YouTubers, they live in this big, expensive apartments, and they get, fucking Lamborghinis, KSI. You live
I saw that! Have I told that story where I saw that Lamborghini just randomly?
Yeah, you sent me the picture of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I was told KSI had a Lamborghini, and I sent a picture of it. I was like, oh shit, I've genuinely seen and taken a photo of that at some point in my life. So, yeah.
I was complaining about it, and then sent me a picture about it.
Yeah, you was complaining. I was like, hey, is it this one? It was next to a bright, a gold
Land Rover. I think I have that picture. I could probably put that picture up if I could find it.
No, don't put that picture up, because people will know where people live. Don't bother with that.
Oh, I'm not going to, but I'm saying I probably could if I had.
You could, but don't.
Yeah, don't worry, Daniel.
Give us some more questions. Good question. I prefer the works of Zimbabadoo Flamadabadaboo.
Oh, here's an interesting... Okay, I'm going to read this one because I think they've never watched a video of yours. Would you take money for...
Hang on, wait, you said I'm going to read this one. Oh, yeah, because you've been beaming the other ones over to me fucking telepathically, ain't you?
Fuck off. Fuck off. Just fuck... Look. Would you take money for reviewing a game if they gave you free reign even to shit on the game? Clearly never watched...
no. I've been offered that many, many times, and I just have no interest in it.
Did we?
Because money does change your opinion. There's one thing I don't kind of get, and that's when people... Actually, there's 2 things. When people get annoyed that I haven't said I've got a review code for something, 90% of the videos I've done, I've got a review code on, because otherwise I'd be playing a game a day, and that's a shit ton of money. So just assume I've got a review code, but review codes are just nothing.
Yeah, they are.
Like, a review code is nothing. When you get sent a review fucking collector's edition, that does irk me, and we try very hard to not get those.
Scrolls.
You just got one today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Would you like to explain that to the ladies and gentlemen? Because Matt organises this
do you want
shit.
full
for the
details?
Give the full details of this. 'Cause this is the sort of shit that we got sent as a review copy of a game.
So,
I will point out this: we're getting two things. I'm going to get a PC review code, but the console version was this.
Yeah, so I've been talking to Namco Bandai about getting Dark Souls 3 review codes. They said PC ones will be coming later because for some reason PC always fucking comes later. They were like, we have PS4 ones, so the standard thing I do is I try and get one or two codes for PC, and I get a PS4 code for that cubed. So I asked PS4 code, and went, okay, we'll send that out to you now. No, it was just, can I have PS4 review code? Yep. So fucking today I got this fucking massive parcel. Oh, there's this fucking wooden box in it, this black wooden box with Dark Souls 3 embroidered on it in gold. Open the fucking box, it's full of straw, and there's this fucking scrolls wrapped up in this fucking sheet. And these fucking, they're like actual scrolls as well. It's not just paper style to look, they're actual scrolls with embossed Dark Souls 3 almost, and these big fucking art things. And then there's two envelopes with actual ink seals, and one has the disc in, and the other fucking has a press login inside, but it's it's ridiculous. I don't even think it's a review edition. I think it's literally a press only collector's thing.
Yeah, it does look that way. So that's the sort of shit that is everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got a single one of those, really. Collector's editions, I have, I think, two. I've got the GTA 5 one, which I bought, and the Just Cause 3 one, which they sent me after I'd done all the guff with them. Way after. Yeah. But that's the sort of shit that's going around, and I always find it interesting. Like, if I get a review code, I'm like, that's a review code. But if I got sent that box, I'd be like, damn, this is nice. Like, even if the game's shitty, I'd be like, yeah, but the box was nice. And that's going to taint my opinion.
That's the problem.
So.
That's the problem. Like,
and then add money to that? If you have a box and it was filled with what's our standard rate? 15 grand is our rate at the moment? Yeah, 15 grand for a video. That's my rate, apparently. This is what people tell me when they email me.
It's unsolicited. It was just like, can I have a PS4 copy just to play? That is all we asked for.
Yeah, just send us a code. Seriously, if any reviewers, any big thingies are out there, just send us a code.
Yeah, and most PS4 are discs anyway. But we've got GE. I've got a lot of PS4 things sent, and they always just send you a disc. It's never. Yeah. Even fucking Bethesda it was the most. It was literally a small manila envelope with a little plastic. Nothing else. Just a disc in a little plastic thing.
It was the standard review copy as well, the red and the white ones.
And even the GTA 5 one we got. I mean, it came in the actual box, but it was just it was in the actual disc holder, but it was the red. But it's weird that they did that.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable. I think because it does change your opinion, even if
when you start taking money for that as well, even if this game I like, if Planet Coaster came up to him like, hey, we'll give you loads of money to play the game again, I'd be like, no. I'll just play the game. That's what I think we've done there. Like, the transaction is, I'll talk about your game, and that's it.
Oh.
I get money from that. So that's done.
I got an email. There was an email. I won't say the game. I haven't told you about this yet, but it was offering. It was a game you've already played on the channel. And they offered money, not for a review. They said they weren't offering money for a review, but for a time slot for a review.
That's interesting. Like, they wanted a specific day.
Yeah, they wanted the day of release. It's not out yet. It's like an early access thing.
Oh, okay.
That you've already played.
Yeah, so I don't do the emails anymore. Matt goes through them all for me.
I thought that was interesting. It was like, no, we're not paying for the review. We're just paying for the time. It's like, that's still paying for the review.
That's still paying and getting their video out on that day. Yeah, we don't pay for that.
Oh, there was the one that offered us gold as well. Oh,
Actual gold. Actual gold. Actual gold.
I quite like that. I quite like the offers anyway because they amuse me.
I like Patreon. I like not doing sponsorships. I like the fact that I can go, hey, look, there's 2,000 people that genuinely give a shit about my stuff. That to me is better. I will point out that I could do 4 sponsored videos, and that would be the same amount of money that Patreon earns in a year.
Oh, ridiculous.
But I'd be much happier with a little bit. I'm not into fancy, shiny, big things.
No.
I don't care for them.
I think all of us are pretty much like that. We all just sort of like toys and...
Yeah, I like little... I've got one very big toy coming We'll do a video
Yeah,
on
I
that
know.
later.
Yeah.
But that has been 4 years of saving for that big toy.
Has. And he has
So-
literally ever since I've known you. I think you've spoken about that.
Yep, that's
So,
the thing.
but no, they have like toys and like nice computers, I guess. And that.
Yeah,
it.
so we don't
Like
have
my office is just it's a lot of Lego and some computers. Also some guitars. I haven't bought those for a while. Anyway, yes.
There's some guitars.
Sponsorships. My violin's hidden behind an air conditioner now. Because I realised when I reorganised this room, I didn't sort of make a space for this air conditioner to go. It's been getting warm recently, so I've just had to stuff it. And
The chat are talking about how I've somehow bought a full-size, fully functional Dalek. You're damn right I've just bought a full-size, fully functional Dalek. It's been 4 years of saving
how did
up
they
for this
get
thing.
that?
I think I must have talked about it before.
You must have spoke. I think you did.
But I've
mention it somewhere.
genuinely, I bought a Dalek. Actually, it's a custom made. I'm getting it custom made because I'm getting it made after my favourite Dalek.
Yeah, and you can drive in it, can't you?
Yes, because it is a TV prop Dalek.
Yeah.
I
am giving him something to drive to have a go.
Yeah, I've been saving for so long for this thing. It's good. I mean, I like saving up for a thing. I mean, I could have done like one sponsored video and then bought it 3 of them, or I could have saved for 4 years. Man, I think we're doing this wrong. Why do we have morals and don't account for shit? Anyway, let's do some questions. We're getting there. We'll do like normal, longer, chatty questions, and then we'll do like a quick fire one near the end.
Yeah, we got 25 minutes anyway.
Yeah, we can go a little longer. Depends how long until the meat's cooked for me. That's my deadline. When the meat's done, I gotta swan off.
Oh, for God's sake! Some of these. What's your favorite Star Trek character?
Garrick.
You like Garrick, really?
Garrick.
Why?
Because he's fucking incredible.
That's not a reason.
Because he has the best lines. You don't know. Garrick is one of those characters that I just love. He's like Guinan. You're not quite sure what he's playing at, but you also do, because he's a manipulative motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I love Garrick. Garrick is just. He's got that wonderful line of telling the truth is just. What's the fucking line? Telling the truth is just an excuse for a poor imagination. I love that. I stand by that line.
That is a good line. Actually, I quite like the Doctor. I think the Doctor's my favourite from Voyager.
The EMH. Don't call him the Doctor because it confuses me.
I know. They did call him the
He's
Doctor,
in First Contact, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah, he makes a guest. He has a guest appearance in First Contact.
Oh yeah,
He's
because
the
they
distraction.
Yeah, because it's not the same one. It's just another one of the installation units, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whether he hasn't become like properly sentient yet.
Yeah. He's just turned on and off all the time.
Yeah, I do like him. He's good on Twitter as well.
I've met him, Robert Picardo.
What?
I met him. He's one of the people I met. I think I do a video on my autographs. I would have talked about it then if I did.
I think
I used to collect autographs for Rob. Yeah, no, I met him on his birthday.
Oh.
It was his birthday, and he was at some sort of thing, and I met him. He was absolutely wonderful.
He's a nice guy.
One of the nicest people I've ever met, Rob Picardo.
Oh no, fuck, John Delancey. I want to meet John Delancey.
You.
I so want to meet him. He seems lovely.
The thing I have an issue with Q is that he's sort of a bit too magic for Star Trek. I do love his episodes.
Yeah.
I need to. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
He's a bit too out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's always omnipotent, but he's not omnipotent. He's clearly not omnipotent. He's just from a super advanced civilization that's like well beyond everyone else. There's a fun.
He's basically omnipotent. It's like the whole Superman thing. Like, no. He's just from another planet. He's Superman. No, he's from another planet. He's got magic powers from the sun. Okay, right. That's
I love that. I made about a year or two ago. I made a guess that how the Batman vs Superman film was going to go down. And if I was wrong, I'd play Sonic 06 to completion.
Oh,
and I wasn't wrong.
Trailer though.
It was revealed afterwards in a trailer, and that has made a lot of people really dislike that film.
Oh, like fucking
We'll talk about
Marvel.
that. We'll talk about it later. Fuck that. Let's get through questions. Go on. This is a question.
God, you're just bringing up things I want to get angry about.
On Wednesday, we're on the podcast on
fine
Wednesday.
We should go
It'll
on.
be
We
much longer.
We should like a
longer
4-hour podcast on Wednesday.
I'd be down with that. I got a
just
lot to talk about.
Air our grievances.
Down with that.
How would you, if you could only change one thing about YouTube to fix it, what would you change?
I'd make all my videos go to sub boxes. God, sub boxes. That tells you how old I am on YouTube. Remember sub boxes? Remember that?
Oh, do you fucking remember like fucking channel banners, like proper ones?
You put like full channel
clickable
ones.
links
That's what we
in.
had.
Oh, the full channel like backgrounds.
The old cork one.
Oh,
With like you bit on and the video. The description was on the right hand side, not under the video. The title was above the video. Good times.
Yeah, I distinctly remember.
The titles below the video.
I distinctly remember like when YouTube went to widescreen. And watching the videos.
So old, so old. I've been around for over half of YouTube now. That's a weird thing to think about.
And the fucking in my pants. Because when the description moved to the bottom, I think it was Wheezy Waiter who was like start going in the pants now as well. In my pants, it's down. I remember that. Anyway.
So I'm whooping.
I
remember video responses to someone in the chat. Yeah, I don't. They were terrifying.
They were good for vloggers.
They were very good
for small vlogging communities.
Which don't exist anymore because you're either massive or nobody.
Oh, I know. They fucking killed them to death. Oh, God. I can't wait for, 5-10 years from now, if YouTube's still around, for, all the big guys to just basically fuck off and then just no one replace them.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. I mean, you get a few people that come up really, really fast.
Jacksepticeye is a good example.
That is the example number one. Damn, that guy went fast. God damn, fucking congratulations to him. He went from nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to everything.
2 years.
So nuts.
Well, he's like 7 million now.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, that's still nothing compared to PewDiePie's 45 million, which still.
That's a lot of people.
That's more than most. A lot of countries.
I'm happy with my 2.3.
Yeah.
2.3 million is good. Who needs more than 2.3 million?
Oh, I quite like John's 100,000 because it's small enough that you can actually talk with people.
Yeah, I always said that at 60,000 to 100,000 is the point when you start to lose that connection with the audience, and then it starts to become a bit more of a job managing everything.
Well, no, it's a good time because when you're at about 100,000, it's small enough that you can still have a connection, but also big enough that you can still kind of live off it.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that me and Jack actually had a Red Faction Gorilla video we were planning, and he was only 1 million subscribers when we were setting this up, and now he's at 1 trillion.
Well, look at who's the fool now.
He's still fucking... I destroy him anyway, so it's fine. That's right, Jack, I'm calling you out!
Oh.
2.4 million apparently I have, really?
Yeah, it went up last week. But how do you not...
I don't pay attention to the numbers. They're just big and scary. I used to actually, every time I got 1,000 subscribers, I had this big wall planner, a year wall planner. Every time I got 1,000 subscribers, I'd put down a little circle sticker. I'd be like, boop, 1,000 subscribers. When I was starting off, and I was like, this is going to be the best thing ever. And then when I was at 1 million, I was like, I am never doing this again. That was just insane. And I was just,
every 100,000, you just up. You just have to up it.
Yeah.
You get to a certain size.
Yeah.
Well,
questions.
Have you ever or would you ever play a tabletop RPG? And are you fans of them? If so, what was your experience like?
I don't know how much I can say about this. I've never played one, but there are plans for me to be in a big one very soon. Possibly. But I can't say more than that.
Okay. That's it. Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah. I'm collabing a lot more, if you've noticed. I'm putting myself out there a lot more. Because it's really fun. I really enjoy stuff like Secret Hitler and things like that. So I'm gonna be doing more collabs and stuff.
Yay.
Yeah.
When can we expect I'm sort of rephrasing this. Okay. When can we expect videos on how your previous video games were made?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I did one for Systems Nominal.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I did.
I don't think you did.
That's what the problem is, I've made a lot of mistakes, especially with of not saving things and not backing things up, and I've learned a lot of lessons from releasing these little games. We've got one more little game, and then I think from there we'll be able to plow into a big one. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a proper.
Oh, here's a good one.
Excited. It's good.
Here's a good one. This one's just really depressing.
Oh, good. I like things.
Have you ever felt like everything's not working out and it may well be the end of all your YouTube things? If yes, when? What caused it? How close were you to giving up?
I don't think. Like, I don't think like that. Like, if YouTube ends, I'll be like, all right, let's do the next thing. And I mean, because I've got, especially if this is the Patreon Q&A, there's 2,000 people there that are willing to give a small amount of money every month just so I keep doing the things I'm doing, and that is good. That keeps me going. So if YouTube does shit itself and die, I think if everybody who's doing that is willing, we'll be able to keep on going, and I can release a game off of that.
And the thing is as well, if even not the company, even just you as a person, there are enough people who want to support you as a person.
Yes.
Individually, that you could go off individually and do something and probably be fine.
There was something like, if you have like a few hundred true fans, you can just live off them forever.
Oh yeah.
And I think I kind of hit that point. I can't remember who said that or what the number was, but I think I've hit that point, and that's good. Now I know I'm like, right, cool, I can now experiment and do new shit.
Yeah.
And completely ruin the main channel's income by making way less videos, but better videos, because that's more fun. And oh my god, I'm having so much fun, because instead of going, what am I making today, and then like making a thing, I go, right, let's plan a video, and I'm planning like some interesting sort of comparison videos. The Dark Souls 3 video, fuck, I've got a really fun idea for that. So there's lots of good stuff coming up.
It's a bit more thinky. It's not just go in.
Yeah,
play
it's
a game,
not just
come
like
out.
it's not. I feel less like I'm on a deadline. I feel like I actually like spend some time and get it done better. Yeah.
Now we can now watch the average views of your videos just slowly descend, because that's what will probably just happen. Because that's what always happens.
That's always happens. But because all the money that I've got from YouTube, I pretty much just put in a savings account. So I'll be able to coast. Don't mind me. You've set me up for the next 5 years, ladies and gentlemen.
It's nice for you.
I think, yeah, it's sort of. I think I looked at the other day that like the way I spend money, I can actually coast for 5 years and not do anything.
Well, that's important. I think a lot of YouTubers don't do that. I think this is why I think KSI, for example, pisses me off. He's clearly just spending all the money he makes just right like there and now.
Yeah,
and when YouTube dries up, he's gonna be completely fucked.
That's what a lot of, especially people who get into like music and stuff, a lot of them do. They get their paycheck and they don't know how to balance it. I'm quite happy that I get monthly payment. Otherwise, it'd be really weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting thing about making games. If your game flops, then you gotta just make the next one. And if you're banking on the game making some money, it's like, So that's good. As long as I've still got a fucking roof above my head, and I can make shit, then I'll be down with it.
Oh,
I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to keep working like this for the rest of my life. I'd be totally happy with that.
I want to save my fucking money so I can rent like a massive like digger and then just pull the fucking roof off your house.
Well, see, there's a goal for you.
To spite you. That's all I want to do.
Oh my god. More questions.
What Lego set would you recommend to someone who doesn't own any Lego? What's a good introductory set?
I'd say really take your pick. I mean, everything that's coming out now is of such a high quality. Like, if you pick the thing that you're super interested in, you'll get something amazing. And if you go back a few years, you might find something you like even more. I think whatever you're really into, you'll find something.
Like a £30 set, it's a £30 sets are usually pretty good. And there's so many good branded ones coming out. You know, if you like Star Wars or if you like...
You know, I really like them. I really, really like the Mixels. But
yeah.
they're one of those little bagged ones. You see them everywhere. They're a little bag, and it's got a weird little creature on the front of it. And there's 3 in each colour, and each season has like 3 of them. So there's 9 per season or whatever.
They have new ones based off instruments. There's one's little drum set.
Yep. There's basically these weird, strange little creatures, but they're a really good value for money. They're like £3, I think they are.
Yeah.
And with £3, you get a fairly large amount of Lego bits, and you can just build it, and you can see the kind of thing you like. If you want something more vast and impressive, I'd say go for one of the modular buildings, because they're my absolute favourite. Especially like the Palace Cinema and stuff.
If you want something advanced as well, the Creator cars, either the Ferrari, the Mini, or the Volkswagen camper van, they're quite good showpieces, and like the hard are sets because there's no numbered bags or anything. They're probably not a good intro, but if you want something more advanced to start off. Oh, the
Yeah.
issue with that good. It's just if you and there's so many ideas as well. Sets coming out. So if you like, I like this car, or I like.
In fact, in a few days we get the release of the mouse maze, maze. Sorry, where
Oh,
you know
God,
those wooden
yeah.
mazes you get where you used to like twiddle the
Tilt
knobs and
maze,
the
yeah.
2 bits would move. Yeah, they're making one of those out of Lego.
That looks so good.
I want to get that one.
Oh, it's gonna be. I don't know where I'm gonna put that.
I have that problem on a very extreme level at this point.
Oh,
I literally have a room in my house dedicated to Lego.
That's
A whole
I
room.
don't have the space for that.
It's technically my filming room as well, but it's it's that sort of thing.
No, it's my studio. Yeah, that's what you say on the tax forms. No, it's
Yeah,
my studio.
it's
It's
it
decoration
genuinely
for my studio. You put that on your tax form. Just
Spent all day filming in there.
oh no, like I've got like the fucking
Patreon is absolutely down right now, by the way.
which
Did we
means
murder
down.
it? Did we murder Patreon?
No.
Like the website's just completely died.
Let's see. Oh shit. Oh, I control clicked, but it didn't register that it was a control click, so now it's just refreshing the page at the questions.
Hit back, pause it. Don't lose the questions.
No, it's not loading. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, cool. What type of god do you think you'd be?
What type of god? Benevolent.
And there go the questions. Website is offline, Cloudflare.
Oh shit!
Why did you have to tell me that?
Why did you refresh it? Why would you do that thing?
I didn't mean to. I control clicked it so it opened a new tab so I could see if it was down, but it didn't register that I control clicked it. So,
So what you're trying to say is hashtag
Okay.
fucked up.
okay, I'm going to read questions from the Cloudflare error page. What happened? What can I do?
Matt fucked up. Unfuck it. Oh
I can't
my
unfuck
god.
it.
Oh my god. Oh my
Refresh.
god. Don't refresh, you're just piling more shit on. Now everybody who's watching this is piling more shit on.
Maybe Patreon should have a better website then.
Maybe we broke it.
What? We broke it with our 900 viewers.
If you're upset your question wasn't answered, then it doesn't matter because we're going to do another one of these soon. These will be
Well,
fairly regular, so you'll get many chances. Alongside the weekly updates of gaming things and stuff, and lots of crap on here. Basically, it's a cool thing to hang around with.
Yeah, we're trying to do stuff with Patreon now. Finally.
Yeah, because now I actually have the time to. It's really not coming back, is it? Wow. Yeah.
Oh, shall I just read some comments from the Flustercluck video?
Let's not do that thing. Let's not do that thing.
Oh,
Seriously, I
they're
put you
really
in charge
mean.
of
There's some really mean ones.
One video I put you in charge in, and you say the wrong things, and it all goes to shit.
Oh, actually,
So
most
you
of the
can't
comments
control the
were saying
class.
we're saying I blame everyone but Matt, so I'm fine.
Yeah, but when people say that, Matt's clearly the person you should blame because he didn't sort anything out.
Oh.
Didn't do anything. He wasn't proactive enough. Right. Well, end it there, I guess.
Oh, hang on.
Oh my god.
Hang on.
What are you doing?
Hang on.
What are you
Wait.
doing? You're trying to refresh it like one more time.
Ah, yes. Definitely up there with some of the worst content ever released on this channel. Everyone involved should be ashamed.
All aimed at you. All aimed at you.
They did say everyone involved, and in brackets, aside from Matt, should be ashamed.
Matt should be the ashamedest considering it was his idea, set up, everything.
Oh, that's so mean.
It was absolutely just a giant bundle onto you. And to be perfectly honest, like, more than 3/4 of the people that watched it liked it, so,
Yeah,
it'll be
fuck
fine.
it. It is the
It'll
fourth
be-
most disliked video on the channel, though. I want to point that out.
Oh, did it beat one of the Dark Souls?
No, it didn't beat Dark Souls. It's
I
still
think
Dark
we're gonna
Souls.
get-
It beat Happy Wheels.
Happy Wheels has dislikes?
Yeah,
That's a really funny video.
it's got dislikes.
Huh?
It beat Snake and Happy Wheels. I think the only ones above it are like Dark Souls, Goat Simulator, and.
I really like that video, the Happy Wheels one. I really like the Snake video as well.
Well, people didn't.
God, fuck me for trying to do something different. God.
Why are you saying I should use Chrome? I'm using Chrome.
Then use the browser cache, didn't you?
How? Tell me how, Dan.
You Mac wizard. I don't know, I'm just reading what Twitch chat say.
Good. They're always helpful, aren't they?
They're so
They always
helpful.
provide useful things.
Super helpful. Now, the Fast Club will sort out because I want to play Ark for it. I want to just do a series on Ark. Because I think that's actually having very like because Ark is like simple and then like goes deep, so we can send off the troublemakers to go and like forage for fiber.
Steve.
Yeah. Me actually as well. Yeah. Actually, I will say this: I was playing Ark with Rebecca, and this is going to turn to a bit of a public apology because we built a very nice hut on top of a mountain, and it was on top of a hill. And it was very nice. It's very quaint, and we just worked out how taming works because we're not doing any wikis or anything like that. So we just worked out how taming worked. I got like a pet Parasaurus or whatever the fuck it's called, and she had a little pet dodo. And a Brontosaurus spawned into our world, like the big, huge, fucking long-necked bastard. And I kind of went up to it and had a bit of a pop at it, and then ran away, and I hid behind the house. And this Brontosaurus, like this huge fucking thing, like puts both of its feet up on our house, and then just goes and squashed it, and the house just exploded. Everything we had worked on was destroyed, and it killed her pet dodo. And my pet parasaur. So I'm sorry, Rebecca.
Oh, you're such a destructive person.
She's looking at me and shaking her head in a very angry sort of way.
You deserve that entirely.
That was. I like that. I'm really, really enjoying Ark. So I think for the first plugs, we'll move on to Ark.
Yeah.
And we'll genuinely actually can start building shit and working stuff on there. Because I think actually the more people got on there, the better it goes.
Well, we'll see.
I think so. Or if we get a load of review copies or something, we might just play that. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
I don't plan these things. It's Matt's show.
Yeah.
And as we all know, based on this fiasco...
And as we all know, no one listens to me. I think that's the main issue. Doesn't matter how well I plan it.
This went alright, I suppose. I think we should end it now, because we've hit the line that we were going for.
Mm.
This is the end. We'll do another one in a couple of weeks to a month. I don't know.
Also, I am going to answer one question from Twitter, just because we sort of brought this up. I did a competition on the subreddit, not a competition, I did a thing on the subreddit like a month ago, asking for pixel art, because I was going to stick pixel art in the banner of the subreddit, temporarily, as just a thing. And they're asking, when will I do that? Probably never, because there wasn't nearly enough pixel art.
Oh, if you want to jump in and do that in the next few days, do that, people.
Well, that wasn't even the issue. There was probably 30, 40 things submitted, but you need quite a lot of them.
I only had about 30, 40 ever across my entire banner.
Yeah, but yours were good.
Yeah, well, because I got rid of the crap ones.
Yeah, but this is just 40, which are mainly crap ones. Patreon's back up if you want more questions.
We'll do one final question. Pick one final question.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm tempted to eat one of my sweets. I got these new sweets that I found from America. They're Icebreakers sours. They're like these. They look like pills, or like vitamin pill things that dissolve in water. But they're fucking amazing and they taste really nice.
Look at you.
Anyway, talking about stuff.
Well, there's one here that you're not gonna. I'll ignore. I'll leave that one.
Okay.
It's about Loot Crate.
Let's not talk about Loot Crate.
Yeah, leave that alone. There's a lot about Little and Cubed, so I'll do Little and Cubed.
I don't know. Next question. I haven't spoken about him for absolutely ages. It just sort of because we gave the series over to his channel. I was like, I just wanted to clear off my channel because I was really doing a bit of channel tidying, and then I forgot about it.
Yay.
I do that a lot. If something's like out of my sight, it's out of my mind. That's very much me.
Yeah, I've never noticed that.
Yeah. Did everybody like the Division video, by the way? I tried to put a positive spin on one of the most boring games I've ever played in my entire life.
Dan, have you seen the picture of me fucking Yoshi?
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that was our Q&A live stream. Thank you very much for coming and very much for supporting the Patreon. I've been Nerd3. That was some fuckhead. We'll see you later. Goodbye!